Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is the last video regarding husband chooses my goals. It is April, so happy April, welcome spring. We are excited for spring. Thank you for taking the time and clicking on this video. If you wanted to see my follow through or how the goals went through the whole month. So I came up with certain things. It was 5 things to prepare yourself before starting goals. And I'll kind of run through the 5 of them and then also say like how my journey went, how it affected my journey, this affected my goals, and like how it went throughout the month. So the first one is mindset. I went into this March month for Lewis picking my goals as very optimistic, very exciting, wanting to grow and learn and kind of just be the best wife and mom that I could be. And that mindset kind of followed me through the whole month actually, except around week 3, where it kind of teetered down. It was just like, how do I make time for all this? Like it was kind of not overwhelming and stuff, but a little bit just with all the other things that I had to do in the month, within each day, within each week. It was kind of overwhelming. So I had to kind of pick some of my goals to kind of drop, or like some of my other goals I kind of like it kind of took the place of my other goals. And it was a little hard because then I felt like I was letting myself down, that I wasn't doing the best that I could. But looking back, it really was a crazy week 3, and I think I did the best that I could in that week. And week 4 was really well. Last week was really well. And yeah, let's go. Number 2 is excuses. So obviously, if you're trying new goals, there's going to be excuses. There's going to be reasons for not wanting to get it done, for if it's too hard, if it's too difficult. Tend to kind of push it off onto the back burner. So knowing my excuses and going into this goal month, I was really aware of watching my mindset and also being aware of any excuses that might pop up. So just knowing that I had to get these things done and doing well. Number 3 is time availability. So obviously I'm a busy mom of 3 boys. I take care of my house. I do all my housework, cooking, cleaning, all that kind of stuff. Not to mention like school shuttle back and forth and groceries every now and then. So I didn't have too much time to work with. Like it was a couple hours in a day maybe. So just prioritizing my time better, making time for other things instead of like sitting on the couch and looking at Facebook and that kind of stuff. I took the time and did one-on-one with my boys, and then sometimes it was just a little bit more cleanup to do after breakfast between taking Jack to school. Now, this last week, Jack was on spring break and he is the following week too. And so it was a lot easier to do one-on-one time and just have them set up with Lewis's days off and just be like, okay, you're doing this with Dad this day, and Mom will go do this. We can go play outside. The other day we went for a big walk as a family. It was like a 5K walk, I think. And it was awesome. It was lots of fun. But then like my mindset was like, oh, I don't want to go for a walk. It's just another thing for me to put on my schedule for me to do, to take the boys outside and that kind of stuff. And it was like, why do you need this negative mindset? Why do you need to be in this little like slump where you're just negative and stuff? So then like Lewis and I had a good talk later that night. I was like, just thankful that he knew that he needed to get me outside, to get me walking, to get the boys doing, because I get my workouts in. It wasn't a matter of like, oh, I missed my workout that day. It was like, no, let's do this instead of you working out at night and that kind of stuff and have more time together. So I really appreciated his just intuition and knowing of like, okay, well, let's go do this as a family and have more time together that way. And it was awesome. I was grumpy in the moment, but it worked out really well. And number 4 is priorities. So there's been like some health stuff going on basically, and there's times in a day where I had to go to the doctor, or I had to get this done, I had to get this done, get this done for tests and that kind of stuff. And then it took my priorities away from one-on-one time with my boys. It took priorities away from maybe cleaning up, because with early appointments, I didn't quite get the cleanup done after breakfast that I wanted to do. And that's okay, because in that moment, I was prioritizing myself rather than cleaning up my kitchen. And like, my health is very important, so that I can take care of my boys and I can clean up my kitchen and stuff. And so just knowing your priorities and being aware that sometimes you have to put this first. Sometimes this has to go on the back burner. It's not like it's an excuse, like priorities. It's a priority to make sure you're taking care of yourself. And I don't think I was. Honestly, I wasn't taking care of myself in that moment. And it was good to just be able to get away for a doctor's appointment and just have time away, so you can come back refreshed and ready for whatever else the boys can figuratively and literally throw at you. And number 5 is being adapting and inclusive. So adapting to new goals is great, but you have to think of long term. Like, is this going to be just this month that I'll do it just so I can get this video done, so I can do this YouTube video thing? Or is this something that I can bring into the next month and actually adapt into my schedule and be inclusive, so I can include it into my everyday? It can be part of my schedule, not just something for a month, like try it out, see how it goes kind of thing. It was to adapt it into my schedule to be regular. And a lot of them were like being at the month end and seeing these goals and how they have lined up to a whole bunch of things in my life. It is hilarious. It is awesome. And it's God. Like, it's God's planning, right? So my goals were to have workouts. Obviously, I put those on the back burner when I was working on Jack's party and that kind of stuff, and was kind of hesitant to get back into it, because I knew, like, as soon as I started back into workouts, then I would be doing it forever. So I kind of had my couple days to rest up, and I wasn't quick to jump into workouts, because I wanted it to be a mindset that I wanted it to get back into workout. Be like, okay, tomorrow's my day, I'm gonna get my workout done, and then the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And like, I do 1 or 2 rest days a week, which works really well for our schedule. Another one of my goals was to do devotions and to take time for myself in prayer and in the Bible, and just do my devotion every day. And I've done okay. Not to make excuses or anything, but it's kind of rushy in the mornings and I didn't get it done. But some of the days I would take times, and when I had a moment, and just sit and do my devotion and read some Bibles. I do my prayers every night with the boys, and then also by myself. One thing that we've adopted into like a whole family thing is doing more Bible stories at night, and Lewis and I will do sermons at night sometimes instead of watching like videos and stuff, or instead of watching movies and stuff, we'll choose to do sermons and kind of do that kind of stuff. We've adopted praying together at night before we go to sleep, and we used to do it a lot as like a young married couple. We used to pray before bed all the time, and we've kind of like lost that since just growing up in this relationship and stuff, and we've adopted that back. Another one is just finding times in each day to actually be more active, and like with our big walk the other day, that was awesome, and trying to like just be moving more and active and at least get my steps in for the day at the very least. Rest days, I take full advantage of resting. And my other goals was to be clear in communication, and that has helped us a lot too in marriage, and also in just directing our kids and that kind of stuff. And it's been cool seeing the change in our kids, of like not just being quick and frustrated to react kind of thing, but more taking the time of being like, okay, let's be patient, let's communicate better, let's talk about this and work it through. And it's been going good. Obviously there's still room for improvement, and that's perfectly fine, but it's going good. goal was for my home was to clean up dishes and clean kitchen instead of doing it before the next meal, kind of cleaning up as it goes. And I've been doing really, 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 really well. Obviously, it makes sense to like clean up after your meal and like taking the time to do that. Before it was kind of put on the back burner because like, oh, this meal was done. It was all figured out, finished and stuff. But knowing that when supper time comes, that's still hours away. It has time for like the food to dry on the table and like all this kind of mess to do. So I've been doing really well at that, and I think it'll be good to continue that through years and years. So it's good. It's nice just to have like a quick little conversation with you guys, kind of keep you updated, and then also have time to spend with my boys and also plan my next video. Also today, I am not feeling that great. I don't know if my cycle is coming back, because obviously I'm 9.5 months postpartum and breastfeeding and stuff, and so it takes a while for your cycle to come back, and like it's been right around this kind of time with my other boys where my cycle came back. So it's like I am crampy, my stomach hurts, I've got like lower back pain, and it's just like in like the lower like right side. I don't think I did anything crazy in my workout last night. Like it's not like a muscle pain, it's more like inside, like I'm just bloated and I just wanted to curl up, and I'm wearing pajama pants and slippers and knew I'd feel better getting ready for the day. So hair, makeup done, and yeah, just hoping to take this time today. It's April, a new month. Just take some time and relax and not be all pressured to get stuff done, and just take some time and feel better. But yeah, I hope all this made sense, and if you have any questions, feel free to comment below, or any comments. That would be awesome. I'd love to have your input, and yeah, because I'm just trying to figure this out, and I think we all are, and it's good to have a little inspiration sometimes, and yeah, it's good. But thank you for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye.